Super Eagles to Nigeria. Hey, 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 let's go. The Africa Cup of Nations title holders are gone. Cameroon are out, eliminated in the round of 16 by none other than the Nigeria Super Eagles, out here finally getting a victory in what was a back and forth contest. I mean, guys, this was a balls to the wall game with both squads really just going at it. I mean, 3-2 as a final score with both teams. I mean, a combined 28 shots between both teams. So both teams were just going at it. I feel like pretty much the entire game. Cameroon controlled a lot of the possession in this game. I mean, they have I don't want to say a much better midfield, but they have a much better possession-based midfield. I feel like they had a better sort of systemic plan, at least a game plan. I thought the tactics kind of favored Cameroon, but in games like these, you know, when these sort of these one-goal situations happen, or where these close call situations happen, you have to have something that you know, just one word is called luck. And in this contest, Nigeria had it. There's nothing more evident to talk about that than the Ighalo goal, the Odion Ighalo's second goal, which was, I'm pretty sure it was offside, but I mean, with no VAR here for the Africa Cup of Nations, especially in the round of 16, there's no way you can call it, there's no way you can review it, so it's unfortunate that this happened to Cameroon, but nonetheless, I feel like in terms of, you know, chances created and chances taken, shots taken, I feel like Nigeria deserved this win. 16 shots in total, 4 of those on target, 12 shots for Cameroon, only 3 of those on target, so neither team was really shooting the lights out. Only for both teams, 25% of the shots they took made it onto the goal. So that doesn't even count those going in. However, defending wise, Cameroon, let's just say it was dreadful. It was kind of bad. This Cameroon squad did not have good defending at all. I feel like the midfield, for as good as they did going forward, they could not stop the counterattack. Ighalo showed off so much pace, a lot of good hold-up play as well, which is not something I feel like he's really known for. Him going to the Chinese Super League, it kind of I feel like it was because he's lost a step, but I feel like I'm coming to the realization that only reason he went was probably, you know, to get his payday, because the guy is still a superb striker, finding himself in the right positions, making the right runs at the right times in order to get Nigeria back into this game. Ighalo scored the first goal in the first half, and then Cameroon came back with Bahoken and Clinton Ng to score the next 2, to put them up 2-1. Nigeria, of course, after the suspicious offside goal, got another one in about 4 minutes from Alex Iwobi, giving them the 3-2 victory. Because pretty much after that, they said, let's just pack it in. Let's just pack this in and just get out of here. Excuse me. It was a really unbelievable contest, because, guys, when it's just kind of a balls to the wall system of the Africa Cup of Nations, which makes it so unique, because I mean, realistically, there's a lot of fantastic athletes here. There's a lot of smart footballing tactics at play. A lot of high IQ footballers. There's going to be a clash of styles. There's going to be a more expansive and open play, which is something I feel like the Africa Cup of Nations is noted for, as well as, you know, the likes of Mexico, South American football, because Africa is like the perfect melting pot of what would be the systems of football, whether it be the Spanish style where, you know, we play possession-based system, which is what Cameroon was pretty much employing today, or you play that sort of Jurgen Klopp counter-attacking balls to the wall, high press style, which is what Nigeria was playing today. I mean, they literally counter-attacked to hell. They pressed Cameroon when they needed to and dropped off when they didn't. And so it made the game all that more interesting when both teams were sort of clashing in styles. And you could see by the shot numbers that, you know, Nigeria were able to do exactly what they wanted. I mean, the shots on target is terrible, but at the same time, when you get, you know, the right shots, when you get the high quality shots, you don't need that many of them. And Alex Iwobi's goal, I feel like, is the perfect example of that. I mean, the guy barely was getting involved in terms of the offense. I feel like, especially in that second half. And then when it comes, you know, after it's finally drawn 2-2, we're looking at possibly going into extra time because neither team was really getting a good positioning for their shots. Alex Iwobi comes up with a goal. And I mean, the Arsenal guy, I mean, I know he's not back with Arsenal right now with a lot of the preseason, series starting. But to have this sort of win, to get your country a goal and a victory in this type of fashion, it has to do something, you know, for your confidence. And I know he hasn't been extremely involved with a lot of the goal involvements that Nigeria have had through this tournament, but nonetheless, guys, this Super Eagles squad has looked absolutely amazing. They looked really, really good on the counter in this game as well. They played to their strengths with Ighalo, Iwobi, the likes of Kelechi Iheanacho, Ola Aina. It's a lot of really young, talented stars. Ighalo kind of being the outlier in that. He's a bit older, but nonetheless, you play to your talents. And as much as I want to say Cameroon did in this game, I just don't think they got the sort of when you have that possession and you actually 2 goals. I mean, they still played. They just got outclassed. I mean, not even outclassed. They got outlooked because the one word that we talked about a bit in this contest is that despite all your tactics, all your strategies, all your winning, you have to have luck. And that offside goal for Nigeria is just that. It's just an extra bit of luck to take them to the next step, take them to the next level in this game, to get them back into the contest, to have them fighting for essentially for the right to stay in the African Cup of Nations, for the right to play the hosts, or South Africa, if South Africa find a way to win today. So there's anything can happen in these types of games with the way that the Africa Cup of Nations is set up now. Back in the summer, there's 24 teams in it. It's pretty much the Africa World Cup is all it is, and it makes it so much more exciting because there's so many more nations involved, so much better talent involved. Everyone in this competition have a chance to shine, and it's now Nigeria's turn as they move on to the quarterfinals, and they'll play the winner of the Egypt-South Africa game, the chance to play the Africa Cup of Nations hosts in the quarterfinals. It has to be something Nigeria probably want, because to play, you want to play the best teams in this tournament. You want to take that next step, that next level, and there's nothing better to do it in the round of 16 than to beat the current title holders with some help, obviously with some luck. But then to play the hosts of this own tournament itself, it just makes it that little bit better. So you guys should let me know your thoughts on the Nigeria victory over Cameroon, 3-2. Clinton Ng and Stefan Behelken getting on the goals for Cameroon. They were excuse me, they were a little unlucky to drop in the way that they did. Obviously, a lot of people are going to argue about the offside goal, but at the same time, when it comes down to it, you have to finish it. And Alex Iwobi and Nigeria, they took the game on their own, especially in that second half after they got that third goal, packed it in, and Cameroon couldn't do anything for it. But thank you guys so much for watching. You guys should let me know your thoughts on the game down in the comments below, and peace.